So, was Keir Starmer wrong to meet Taylor Swift after getting free tickets to her concert and giving her a police escort? 020 7862 2222 is the number. Give us a call. You might be tired of this by now. The Prime Minister reportedly met the pop star after one of her Wembley gigs this summer. So we can see the photo. Oh, well, we did our... OK, this is what happens when you say, can you... AI... they weren't photo. AI, give us Keir Starmer meets Taylor Swift steampunk. And isn't AI amazing, actually? Yeah. It has its moments.
I like the glasses, Jeremy.
Yeah, so there we go. So that's not the meeting, but it's kind of our version of it. What do you think? Does it matter, Saira?
Yes, it matters, because this is the government that said that we're going to take all the sleaze and all this stuff out of politics. And guess what? First 100 days, they're bombarded with it. Can I just say, if you are on a social media platform and you are gifted a product, you have to declare that as gifted, or it's a paid partnership. So that is just for the general public, you know, just on these normal platforms. You are a politician, and you should not be receiving freebies.
What do you think?
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's not a good look, is it?
No, it's not.
No, it's not a good look.
Because there is an alternative thing. They've got to sort out an economy that is £2,000 billion in debt. Let's not be messing around blaming him for wearing the wrong glasses.
Two things can be important at the same time, and it's
not in my mind.
Well, it's up to Keir Starmer and his government to be, as it were, whiter than white, given the stick they quite rightly gave the Tories for so long. Look, I'm not for a second suggesting that Downing Street interfered in the Taylor Swift security detail, which seems to me to have been totally justified after the threats to her concert in Vienna, right? The problem is, if you accept freebies, these sorts of links and questions over them will be raised. So I think, learn the lesson, do not be so naive. And yes, I agree, it is becoming a tired story. There are very, very important things to worry about, but it is up to them to do the right thing in the first place.
You both say it matters. To an extent, it does.
It matters because it's about trust, honesty, transparency, and this is what this government has been elected on. Those principles as well.
And I know
because they gave the Tories a very hard time, and now they're doing exactly what the Tories were doing.
Sure, and the views have been crossed. And as to this thing of, it wasn't connected to the police escort, I don't know. I mean, Prince Harry can't get police cover. He's offered to pay for it. So I don't know why police...
well, her concert was literally called off, wasn't it, in Vienna, over an IS scare. I mean, there were serious issues going on.
But Rachel Reeves and Angela Rayner accepting free clothes, what are you doing that for?
Yeah, no,
you know, that absolutely mars the transparency. If you're taking free clothes from a brand, and that brand then goes to you later on for help, it's not right.
There was a moment at the beginning of the Blair years in '97 where they brought all the pop stars into
they did.
Down Street. I don't know if you remember this. So Oasis came, just all the kind of movers and shakers. And I remember talking to one of Blair's people after, saying, I thought that went really well. You know, he said, it's a disaster. You just don't want to be you're there for ordinary people, and the first thing you do is you throw a party for Oasis.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
No, it's wrong. And he's gone into exactly the same trap there. I can't believe they made the same mistake.
I think there's naivety, but to give a little bit of balance here, I mean, the allegations about what the Conservative government's got up to, the VIP lane and all that, we don't need to go into it. Very, very serious, and public money. I just think Starmer needs to learn the lessons and move on. And I think as the media, of course, we are entitled to ask these questions, but does this play into the right-wing media's playbook of trying to tear down this government after day dot? Of course it does.
And to be fair to Starmer, he has paid back more than £6,000 worth of gifts, so he's paid back.
Well, yeah, partially paid back. Yeah. This is one of the problems, is that if you actually paid it all back, that's the problem. You might have to pay another 14 grand.
Exactly. So, if you pay some back, the question then arises, well, why aren't you paying the rest back?
Yeah.
But the key thing is, you know, he is the Prime Minister. Taylor Swift is as important as most of the presidents or prime ministers in the world right now. She's that important. Yes. She has a constituency. If she ran to be American president, she'd probably win. So he's meeting essentially a foreign dignitary.
He's meeting
Can we not run that argument?
Swift, a woman adored by tweens.
Yes.
Tweens. I'm not...
He's giving her a good impression of
American.
What's wrong with that?
The problem is there are parents across the land who would love their children to have the opportunity to
They're not Prime Minister.
No, they're not. But nor are his children. You don't get freebies. We don't live in some sort of tin pot dictatorship. I think this is a problem. It's not a massive problem. It needs to be knocked on the head and we move on.
Okay.
Him
Jane,
and his family were given tickets.
Jane on Facebook says he should have paid for his tickets himself and Taylor did not need the blue light security paid for by the taxpayers. I can see that they wanted her to feel special and that she was loved by Britain and she gives an economic bounce.
Madonna doesn't
£300 million.
get it.
£300 million benefit to our economy, I've read. From the
Yeah,
concert.
well, that's right, and the blue lights would be less. I mean, in the end, what they've got to do is do the blue light, maybe meet her, but not just say we'll pay for the tickets.
That's
it's
right.
Fine.
That's
we
right.
will pay
We
for
can't
the
accept
tickets.
it.
And by the way, if Starmer goes to the Olympics, or if Tuchel wins the World Cup for England and he goes to the World Cup final, that is different. We expect our Prime Minister
to be there
and
supporting
maybe
the
our
country.
Secretary of State
Well,
for
I think Taylor
Culture and
Swift could
Sport.
be, but Taylor Swift could be in the same category as a national sporting event.
Why blue
She's
light
bigger
her?
than anybody.
Why blue light her? Why not blue light Madonna?
She's bigger than Madonna.
Well, I mean,
She's bigger than anybody.
It doesn't matter why
No,
blue
She's
light
bigger than
her.
Biden.
But hang on, let me just
Blue
be
light
absolutely
actually,
clear.
blue light actually brings more attention than actually just going there
if you
yourself.
want to
to be
find
fair.
Taylor Swift on a motorway,
Exactly.
you just look for the
Look at
police
blue
cars.
light.
That's
If
true,
Taylor
yeah.
Swift was given security because there was a promise and there is no evidence of this, that Starmer and others were going to get to go to her concerts, that would be corruption.
Yeah, they
but there is no evidence of that.
No. I mean, you'd never say, look, we'll give you blue lights if you... I mean, no one would say that. Would be ridiculous. OK, Raymond in North Yorkshire. Should he have agreed to meet Taylor Swift?
Well, you've got the most important woman in pop meeting the most important man of the country. Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I think Mick Jagger's the most important man in this country.
Yes.
Well, it's better than Mrs. Thatcher, who gave Jimmy Savile a knighthood.
Yeah, you've got to choose your celebrities carefully. That's true. That's true. Raymond, so you go with the argument I was just putting forward here, which is that it's essentially a state visit, this, right?
Yes. And they keep going on about his football. Well, he's already a season ticket holder. And if he got attacked then, there would be, what were the police doing? You know.
Yeah. What about, do you think the King should have met her?
Harry maybe.
Well, Harry's not here, is he? But I mean,
It is
I'm not
not
a
a
King
state
fan, sorry.
visit. It is not a state
It is a
visit.
state. This is the thing we've missed. This is what
It's
I write.
not a state
It's a state visit.
Okay, so when she goes to other countries, do they give her state visit?
Don't get no.
status?
We give her a state visit so she comes back, and then everyone's
She's gonna
Gotta
come back because
anyway
she's a
because she's
businesswoman.
making millions and millions
She's
and
making
millions
She's
of
doing us a
pounds.
favour by playing it. Okay,
He
Raymond,
shouldn't
thank
have got
you.
free tickets. That's the question. He should not have got free tickets.
No, I think he realises that now. That's for sure.